everybody. Welcome back to Thunder and Lightning's Gaming News. Do you get it? Have you figured out the pun with our name yet? The second I started talking, my stomach started hurting, so we'll see how that goes here in a bit. I'm Thunder.
And I'm Lightning.
So I realized
I was sitting here like ready to pull the trigger.
I realized
I'm
that
ready.
you hadn't said anything yet. And I was like, I wonder why that is. I was like, oh yeah, there's a thing he has to say first.
You've chained me till I'm allowed to speak.
What if I never said? I just talked for an hour straight. I never said I'm Thunder.
That's happened before, and I'll just say I'm Lightning randomly in the middle of it.
No, I get it. I talk too much. I get it. Video games. They're here. They're happening.
They're now.
They're not just Pac-Man anymore. What how was your week in video games? What have you played? What
My
did you
week
do?
in video games was great. We made a fantastic video essay recently about video games.
Yeah.
And you should go check that out.
It's about music, and it's popular video essay reviewer Monsoon from Thunder and Lightning Gaming has gone on record saying that it is the best one we've ever made.
Yeah, so go check it out. It's fun and informative.
And really, what more can you ask for from a video essay?
Exactly. My week in video games has been fine.
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing Animal Crossing.
Yes. I wrote it down on my list, but I'm excited to talk about Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Or Turkey Day, as it were.
I've played that. I need to get back into Luigi's Mansion and Event. Ooh. Oh.
You good?
That was a hiccup and a burp.
Oh no.
All in one. And those were apparently the noises I make when that's happening. And I've been playing Star Wars Battlefront because
The second one.
I guess there's just a little bit of that COD-loving teenager in me.
No, I feel that. I feel that.
I just can't stop. Well, here's the thing with that. Actually, I don't know why I've never mentioned this on the channel. Me and my sister have a competition going, and it's highest kill streak.
In one match.
Yeah.
And she's currently the leader, right?
No.
She was, but
No.
then you fixed that.
I fixed that right straight. She is not the leader.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm
I
just
am the
trying
leader.
to get the facts right. I wasn't.
And today, literally, I was doing
Did you
awful.
just say I am here?
No,
Oh.
I'm the leader, is what I
thought
said.
you fucking. I thought you were like, because I'm here, like All Might. I was like, this fucking nerd. Oh my god.
No, literally, the record's 57, by the way. It's not a great number.
No reason why. No.
It's really not a huge number, but
Is it not?
it's really not.
Aren't
I
they
mean,
like 5v5 matches?
No, they're 20v20.
Oh, okay. Well.
And I see people get higher than that all the time.
Oh, okay.
But that's our in-house record. And today I was just doing awful. And she was sitting there in silence on her phone, and I was just speaking to myself out loud. I was speaking to her. And I said, oh, man, I'm doing so bad. But you know what? It doesn't matter. Because I hold the record.
Yeah.
And she
Yeah.
was just like, yep, you do.
That's such a fucking that's such a powerful man, I am really bad at this game, but at least I'm not as bad as you are.
But you know what's sad? It's just being an older brother to a younger sister, I think. She held the record for a good long time. I don't think this long, but a good long time. I don't think she ever once mentioned to me that she held the record.
No, I don't think she cared. I think she
No, she cares.
Oh, okay.
She plays all the time. Oh, she loves this video game.
No, I mean, I don't think she cared about her status enough to I'm sure when you beat her she was just like, "Oh, okay."
I mean, she's ambitious. She wants to beat it. She plays a lot more than I do.
Oh, okay.
I think I just have many more years of first-person shooter experience than she does. And I'm still not doing great. Once again, I'll gloat in front of her all I want. It's not a number to be overly excited about. It's good. It's not impressive.
Okay.
I
I appreciate the honesty, the
Yeah.
transparency
Yeah,
in
so
your
whenever I mention Battlefront, maybe there's a little more I can add to the conversation if anything's changed in our current household standing. if you play Battlefront 2, leave your highest kill streak in
The
what was
comments.
it, team. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what.
The game mode you play.
Yeah, it's the equivalent of deathmatch. It's 20v20.
Yeah.
I don't know what they call it.
Yeah.
So that's been my week in video games.
Cool. I've been playing Yoshi's Crafted World, which,
Okay.
as near as I can tell, is a game for kids. But
I thought you just put that on. Oh, I'm not going to talk about what I was just going to talk about.
okay.
I saw you playing it, and I
Yes.
thought you just picked it out of random to show me a certain thing that we're trying to figure out.
Oh no! I'm legitimately
You're currently
playing it.
that game.
I forgot
That's
that
cool.
I forgot that we did that. No one knows what we're talking about, so let's stop talking about it. No, I've been playing Yoshi's Crafted World. It's a game that I played the demo of multiple times because it was really fun, but I just never bit the bullet and bought it because it's a first-party Nintendo game, so it never goes on sale. So it's been $60 for the past 2 years on digital. But I found it physical for $17 at GameStop, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'll pay that."
Nice.
And I'm glad I did because it's really fun, and it's not easy to 100%. It's easy to want to 100% it. Like, you'll get to the end of the level, and you're like, "Oh, I only have to do this much more to 100% it. Well, I'll just do it." So I've been 100%ing it as I've been going, and it's really cool because everything's made out of arts and crafts stuff,
Yeah.
like all the terrains. It's very Kirby Epic Yarn about that, where it's like it's lava, but it's not really lava. It's straws or whatever the fuck.
Mhm.
So when you clear a level, it zooms way out, and these origami flowers rain down and plant themselves. So when you zoom out the whole map, you could see everything you 100%ed, and it just creeps through it's really cool. But I do want to spend some time talking about Final Fantasy X2, which is a game I feel like I've mentioned, but I've never actually elaborated onto what it is. So there was a couple different games that I was playing that I sort of just kind of stopped playing, and I really wanted to get back to them because I want to play Witcher 3. I've played a lot of it, but I haven't played most of it, if that
Mhm.
makes sense. And I just want to kind of play the whole thing and do everything that game has to offer. But I made a deal with myself, and I'm going to work backwards on the games that I started this past year and never finished. And that starts with Final Fantasy X2. Final Fantasy X, or Final Fantasy X, as you should call it, is my favorite Final Fantasy game. It's got a incredible story with amazing characters, and the battle system, which is usually the part that people complain about, is not that bad. And I really love it, and I think I'm going to start playing it once a year because it's legitimately one of my favorite video games ever. And Final Fantasy X2, its direct sequel, the first Final Fantasy game to have a direct sequel, is a slog of unskippable mini games that shits all over the legacy of Final Fantasy X.
Oh.
And I have never quite experienced it in its entirety before, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna play it. I'm gonna pull up a walkthrough. I'm gonna follow this walkthrough word for word. And if I'm gonna do that, my mentality was, if I'm gonna follow a walkthrough word for word, why not 100% it? Because the game is mission based, and there's 5 chapters, and each chapter there's only 1 or 2 missions you have to do, but then there's 13 bonus missions each time. So it's a long game, but only if you play it the right way, quote unquote. And I've tried my goddamn hardest, but I have already foregone the 100% completion in multiple different ways. There was this one fucking part where dude from the ship has to go to different places and set up these video cameras, and then in the next chapter you have to watch each of them multiple times, and I had a checklist, and I thought I did it all, and I guess in one area and I didn't know this, but I guess in one area I only watched 2 of them and not 3 of them, which means that in Chapter 5, I will not get a chapter complete for that area. And if you don't get a chapter complete on all 18 areas, you don't get the final costume in the game, because it's like a class system, like white mage, black mage, but they're all costumes.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna miss one and not get the get all costumes trophy, which I assumed would be an easy just play the game trophy, but no, I'm going to miss out on that one. And apparently it's broken and it's supposed to carry you through New Game Plus, which I wasn't planning on doing anyways. Because, like, the reason I wanted 100% was for the bonus ending. And you know my adult 27-year-old 2020 view of bonus endings. I'm just going to look it up online if I don't get it. That's what I did with Crash 4. I was like, fuck no, I am completing that. And I'm glad I looked up the Crash 4 ending because it was stupid and I hated it. But I will, in fact, be looking up the ending to Final Fantasy X2 because I have, I thought maybe I fucked up 100% completion, but now it is solid confirmed that I am definitely not getting the bonus ending. And it's really rough when the game is that esoteric to 100% because it kind of takes away from the fun of it. Like, it shouldn't, right? And it's my fault. I didn't have to 100% this game, but I did want to have fun with it. And I am having fun with it, at least the battling. I did say it was an unskippable slog of irrefutable minigames, and that wasn't a lie. A lot of the gameplay of the game is pretty bad, but the combat is actually pretty good, and I like it a lot. This is probably a hot take, but I like the combat in X2 arguably more than I did in Final Fantasy X, because in X it was kind of just run-of-the-mill, your average, what you'd expect out of a Final Fantasy game, and this one kind of shakes it up because it feels like it can because it's technically a spin-off. But the fun I'm having is lessened due to how I am not allowed to 100% it.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things, right, where I was like, that was like 20 levels ago. It was like 4 hours ago. I have a save spot. I could go back there and do it again, but then I was like, no, I'll probably just fuck it up in some other way and have to, like, it's not worth it. Here's my, if anything is to be drawn from me playing Final Fantasy X2, I want to inform people that if you were planning on playing X2, follow a walkthrough, sure, but don't try to 100% it, because it's not that it's difficult, it's that it's impossible, because they make it impossible. The game, you've tried 100% games before.
Oh, yeah.
And
that was kind of something we were going to shoot for on this channel, but now it's just completing them.
Yeah. Well, finishing them.
That's what I...
But there's really a fine line of, like, how it's the conversation is almost like how far away is completing it from finishing it? You know?
Right.
If it's a platformer, it's probably not that much. It's probably play every level again, but this time look at a walkthrough, right? If it's an RPG, it's usually like 20 extra hours, you know? There's some leveling up, there's some secret bosses, and then Bob's your uncle. But this one has such a strict, like, do everything the way you must do it in this order, but we're not going to tell you this. I don't know how people fucking actually figured out how to 100% this game. There's a bed on the ship that you can sleep in, and there's no reason to sleep in it because you heal at save points. Just touching a save point will fully heal you like Kingdom Hearts. But, each chapter, you have to start it by sleeping in the bed. Why the fuck would I do that? Why would I know to do that? It's just, if the game is frustrating to 100% based on how quirky it is, then it's not worth it, you know? Crash Bandicoot 4 is a hard game to 100%, but at least it's clear what you're supposed to do. You just get everything and then you've done it, but it's a difficult game.
Yeah.
But it's just not worth it. And it's so of its time. It's so 2004, the completion, like, journey for this game. And I just, like, have no respect for it anymore because it's so easier to figure out how to 100% games nowadays. Whether or not you should do it is a case-to-case basis.
Right.
But it's just so much, like, it's so written out for you. And I feel like it has to be. How to play and the story doesn't have to be. But how to complete, once you've gotten that far, if you're going to take the jump to completing it, that part should be, the information on how to do it should be easily accessible. And I feel like in modern games, it is.
Right.
And I just, in my modern game mentality, have no respect for this game that's making me do all this shit that I didn't want to do in the first place. And I'm not even going to get the reward that I wanted.
Right.
I'll get it from YouTube. I'll get it from a YouTube video, but, you know.
I'm sorry you're having that experience.
Oh, no.
I feel your pain.
honestly, through all of that, I am enjoying it. It's one of those games where I've had to pick it up and put it down. That's why I started playing Yoshi's Crafted World, or else I would have not talked about that game because I would have been just playing Final Fantasy X2. But it's a love-hate relationship for sure. I really like the characters. I really do. They took 2 characters from X and they gave them a personality shift, like a character growth moment, right? And then the only other character you play as is a brand new character. And I like them a lot, and I like the relationship they have with each other and with the various characters in the game. But I don't think I'll ever play this game again.
Okay. I get that.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's talk about news, baby.
All right.
So we already talked about it, so let's talk about Animal Crossing. Mushrooms are out and snowflakes are in, so hopefully soon. So November's over.
Yep.
And Turkey Day happened.
Mm-hmm.
Did you participate in Turkey Day?
Oh, yeah.
Because I know it's 2020 and no one should be celebrating Thanksgiving in a major way anyways, in the have everyone over the house type of way.
Right.
But it was quite a lot that the Turkey Day expected of us.
Yeah, it was.
There was a lot. Did you even know that, because I had to look this up online, did you know that you could trade with the villagers and the houses?
What?
You know how you need the recipe, you need the ingredients for the turkey?
I happen to have it all.
Oh, you just happen to have it all?
Yeah.
Even the secret stuff?
No, the secret stuff I just gave up on.
Oh, okay, I see.
I finished all the meals, and then...
Well, because you don't have to do the secret stuff because the Turkey Day DIYs are available in the store the next day regardless.
Okay.
So if you don't, if it's like 19K, but it's like 8 DIYs in one thing.
Are they still there?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just going to go buy.
They should be, yeah. Because that's all you get for getting the secret recipe items.
Okay.
But I found out that if you visit the villagers on that day, of course, if you visit the villagers inside the house, they have like a thought bubble, and they're like, "Oh man, I'm cooking a thing. Go catch me a fish," and it's always a fish, and you have to catch them an easy to catch fish, and then you give it to them, and they're like, "Ah, thanks. Here's the next thing you need."
Yeah.
For one of the things, but it was a lot. The reward was a lot too, but it was like 8 DIYs and like 4 wallpapers or some shit. But it was a lot. I was trying to I was trying to eat turkey in real life, IRL, bro. I can't be at Animal Crossing's beck and call. I'm trying to have Thanksgiving diarrhea. Like, leave me alone.
Yeah, that turkey was trying his hardest not to get eaten.
Oh, the one, you mean Franklin? The one in game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, why Franklin?
I don't know. I couldn't figure that out either. It's not a name.
It's not like Elmer, the horse.
Oh my god. Don't. Okay, I can't even talk about Elmer. It makes me so upset. Rest in peace, Elmer. I can only assume you're dead by now. But yeah, snow is upon us, and sooner rather than later, we are going to have snow DIYs, I can only assume, because when we went to Joe Biden's island, we saw ice cream cones, and I looked up how to get them, and it was like, here's a list of all the Christmas stuff. I was like, oh, okay, never mind. Also, if you're anything like me, there's 2 Nook milestones left that have just not procced yet. And I was getting frustrated, so I looked up what they are, and it makes sense why they haven't procced, because one of them is Celebrate New Year's, and one of them is Build 30 Snowmans. Snowmen. Snowmans. I did say snowmans. But that happened in Animal Crossing.
I'm very disappointed in my island after seeing other people's islands.
Have you gone on some dream visits?
Yeah.
Well, your island is good though.
Yeah, thank you. First of all, thank you.
Your island is very, and I know it was a combined effort between 3 players.
Yeah.
But your island is very detailed, and I like it a lot.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I wish 2 specific houses were placed better.
Okay.
That's kind of where my head's at.
I mean, you can move them around.
I know. I just don't know where I'd put him at this point.
Oh, okay.
You know, I guess there is some stuff we could toss around.
Oh.
Also, I want my streets to be better, which I guess I could
Like
do.
Like Joe Biden's.
Yes, exactly like Joe Biden's.
We'll call him up. He's been on our show.
I know he has been on our show. He had a lot to say.
He said the same 2 words 3 times.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with Animal Crossing.
Yeah. Where I'm at with Animal Crossing. Oh, have you seen the toys in the store?
Yeah,
Dude,
been getting those.
have you got the toy T-Rex yet?
I don't think I've seen him yet.
Oh, it's so cool.
Did you get the race cars?
No.
The track. It's a race car track.
No, I got a dollhouse that lights up. I got the T-Rex toy, and I
Ooh.
got a dog plushie.
Dollhouse that lights up is definitely going to be something people do force perspective with.
Forced perspective. Remind me what that means?
It looks like it's far away, but it's up close.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that'll be cool. It's always open. You know how Dollhouse works. It's always this one's always open, but the back of it is
Right.
yeah. Yeah.
That'll be cool.
So this has been happening for a while, but I haven't got a chance to talk about it yet. But the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are in Smite. You can play as all 4 of them. You can play as Shredder and Splinter, but they are not part of the pass. There's like, I don't know how to describe it. There's like grittier looking costumes, like more realistic looking costumes that look like they're part of the world of Smite, and then there's like weird cartoons costumes,
Yeah.
which is neat. The one disappointing thing about it is that so when you're playing a match, you can change the music. My music is currently the music from RWBY, the Rooster Teeth anime. There's not a TMNT music track because they had very specific licensing rights to the music. So when you're looking at the Battle Pass, the theme song is playing, the original Ninja Turtles theme song,
Okay.
but there's no in-game music pack, which
Oh, that's misleading.
yeah, it's not. If you look at the Battle Pass, it clearly isn't there.
Okay.
You know, yeah, they said that they had like specific licensing agreement with the music
But
specifically.
they could still play it.
Yeah, they can only play it on that one screen.
But we can't put it in our video.
Well, we can, just not the visuals.
Oh, okay. You know, all right. If the music made it, all right.
No, if the music couldn't make it, I'd cancel the episode and put up a skit or something. Yo, this has nothing to do with video games, but can I talk about, have you seen this Animaniacs meme?
No.
Dude, there's finally a meme for me. I've made like 6 of them. You know the part of the Animaniacs theme where it's different each time?
Yeah.
People have been taking that part and cutting out that part and inserting things from other things. So I saw one where it was the announcer from Marvel vs. Capcom 1. So it was like, we're Animani, totally insane, and then it cuts to her and she's like, let's go crazy, and then it finishes it.
That's cool.
And I spent 20 minutes like making 6 of them last night. It's
Really?
very fun. Yeah.
Oh, I want to see them.
Yeah, I'll show them to you for sure. It's finally a meme that I'm like, hey, I like this is cool, and I'm gonna make some. And it's the new one, obviously. It's the new Animaniacs theme song. Which I've talked at length about how fucking good and great it is, and everyone should watch Animaniacs. It was really good. Mortal Kombat. This happened a while ago, but Mortal Kombat has more playable characters. It is Rain, Melina, and believe it or not, John Rambo. And he is in fact voiced by Sylvester Stallone, which was pretty cool. It is weird to hear, old man Stallone's voice come out of young man Stallone. He's trying his best, but it's clearly, modern day Sylvester Stallone. And it's interesting because Arnold Schwarzenegger, they couldn't get him for the game, even though Terminator's in Mortal Kombat 11. But they did get, they did get Stallone. Sorry. I was very excited for Melina personally because she's who I played in X. And and they said she wasn't going to be in 11, but enough people were like, please, that they were like, oh, okay. Which never happens, but I feel like that's happening more often, where a fan base cries about a thing enough and then it happens. And
For
sometimes
better
it
or
happens
for worse.
exactly. Yeah, sometimes it happens to a fault. But this time it was actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because if you're gonna have more DLC characters anyways, why not include the one everyone wants? It just equals money, you know?
That stuff never works out for things I want it to work out for.
Oh, I know.
Like, put Black Widow on Disney Plus.
Oh my God,
Officially
I
never
know.
gonna happen.
No, yeah.
Until it does happen, but I will probably have already seen it.
Right, yeah. There was also, this is arguably more exciting than the characters. There's a new skin pack for Mortal Kombat, and it's skins based off the Mortal Kombat movie from 1993. And they have taken a complete 180. For like 10 years there, they were like, no, it's so bad, we just don't want to reference it, don't talk about the movie. And then cut to Mortal Kombat 11, and the theme song from the movie was in a trailer. In the crypt, which is kind of like adventure mode in that game, there's a huge reference to the movie. And now you can play as Sonya Blade, Johnny Cage, and Raiden, but they're movie versions. And I'm not alone in thinking this. Sonya Blade is finally playable because her voice doesn't suck, because they got Ronda Rousey, the MMA fighter, to voice Sonya Blade. And I personally think that Ronda Rousey should be awarded the worst voice actor on any video game in all of history, because she did such a terrible job.
Wow.
But now there's a Sonya Blade that isn't voiced by Ronda Rousey.
Wow. I need to hear that.
It's not good, man. It's not great.
You know what I'm sure happened? The reason they had a 180 is there's cult classic people who love bad movies.
Yes.
And I feel like that's a relatively new thing that's coming to light.
Yeah.
It's niche to like bad movies.
Well, I mean, can I be real for a sec? Mortal Kombat 1 is not a bad movie. I actually like it a lot. The second one is abysmal. Don't watch that. But
Okay.
the first Mortal Kombat movie is like actually really good and is like a much better nod to the actual source material than any other video game movie that came out around the time Super Mario Brothers movie.
Not to name any.
Not
but
to name any Super Mario Brothers movie, but there was the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Still haven't seen it. Behind a paywall. You want us to do a cinematic relief.
A movie so bad that it's behind a paywall.
And we did The Room.
Yes. So what does that say about your shitty movie, John Leguizamo? Balls in your court.
No, we can't call out celebrities anymore. Some of them call back.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Other video game news.
Yes. If you have something, go for it.
Yeah, it's not gonna actually come to fruition anytime soon, so I'm sure we'll talk about it again.
Okay.
But breaking news!
Oh no.
Super Nintendo World will be open February 4th,
yes,
2021 at
of
Universal
course.
Studios Japan.
That's right.
And
I
we have
forgot about
set
that.
photos. I don't know if you've actually seen
I haven't.
set
You know what?
photos.
Let's do this live. Give me these.
Yeah, so it's a screenshot,
Okay.
so you can't like click on the photos, but they're all there.
That's a photo of real life.
I guess so.
This looks insanely exactly like the mock-up they made, the 3D mock-up.
Yeah.
That's incredible. What's this? There's a Mario Kart roller coaster. That makes sense. There's a that's terrifying. How huge is this Bowser statue? Oh, and oh my God, there's a Mario Kart cup with the Universal logo in the middle. That's great. This is awesome. Everything, I've seen some of this in action from when they were building it, but like everything in this picture moves. Like the coins spin, the thwomps go up and down. It's a crazy amount of detail for what is essentially a portion of a theme park.
Right.
Like this isn't Super Nintendo Land. This is the Super Nintendo Land portion of Universal Parks, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like
Like Lord of the Rings Land or Harry Potterville.
I was gonna say, like, now I can't think of one of the parks at Disney.
Oh yeah, It's one of the many attractions at
Epcot. It's like Epcot at Disney.
yeah.
But it's Mario.
Have you been to Disney World?
Yeah, in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite park?
I mean, it's probably gonna change next time I go there 'cause Star Wars.
Yeah.
Galaxy's Edge is there.
Yeah.
But my favorite park. I haven't been there in so long. I don't know. I
Yeah.
haven't been there in so long. I was young enough to not give a shit
Oh,
that it was a
okay.
different park and just be excited for whatever was in front of me.
Yeah, I went when I was like, I want to say I was like
Animal Kingdom, I think, was
14.
cool.
That's what I was going to say. My
Oh,
favorite
really?
park was Animal Kingdom, believe it or not. Yeah. It had what I would consider the coolest attractions and the best roller coaster I've ever been on. The Escape the Himalayas or whatever the fuck it's called. There's like an actual, I think they actually found a living abominable snowman.
Oh,
Terrifying.
the Hollywood one was really cool too.
Yeah, that one's pretty neat. When you went, you probably didn't. The Aerosmith ride probably wasn't around.
No,
right?
it was.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, that might be my favorite ride
Yeah, that was pretty
from
cool.
what I remember.
Oh no, they're not gonna. Or maybe they already have. I forget what it's called. The thing that Ellen DeGeneres did for Disney World, where it was like you watch a movie, but you're in a. Is that there still? Are they gonna take that down because she sucks now?
Ellen DeGeneres, you watch a movie.
I forget what it was called. You were in a theater, but the theater moved. But you were just watching a movie, but it was on like multiple screens. And I remember distinctly for some reason and it starts with she's on Celebrity Jeopardy with Jamie Lee Curtis, and they show a caveman at one point, and the caveman's played by the guy who played Kramer on Seinfeld.
I do not remember that.
It's like very old, and I think they. Oh no, you know what? I think they did get rid of it. I think that's a Guardians of the Galaxy thing now. I think. I'm not sure.
Okay.
If they didn't get rid of it, I fear for its life because Ellen DeGeneres sucks now.
But yeah, that's I still haven't seen the Harry Potter in Universal.
Me either.
Yeah.
It's just so. I feel like if we lived a little closer, you and I, at some point before COVID, of course, would have been like, let's just save up and go
yeah.
down there. But
are you kidding?
it's kind of far away from us. One last thing I wanted to talk about. Did you have any more news? Video game news?
That was my big thing.
The one thing I wanted to talk about was the new Spider-Man game, Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Miles Morales.
Is that, yeah. Spider-Man Miles Morales. There is a Into the Spider-Verse suit. Based off the movie.
Okay.
And the game runs at 60 OVs, but the suit runs at a locked 28 frames.
Oh.
So it looks like it's in the movie.
That's crazy.
And someone recreated the one big scene from that movie, the falling in reverse, one giant leap or whatever it's called scene. What does he say? It's a leap of faith. That's what it is. The leap of faith scene. And it looks incredible. And I'm very excited for that game for that reason. For many reasons, but for that reason. Have you seen the cat?
No.
There's a suit where he he has a backpack with a cat on. No, sorry. It's a backpack on with a cat in it. That's what it is. And the cat also has a Spider-Man mask. I had a question, Chris.
Yeah.
We have a little bit of time left. I was wondering if we could implement a new segment where we talk about all the games that released since the last podcast we did, but I really have to go to the bathroom, so could we take a quick break while I do that and then do that?
Sure.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Now our clock is all messed up. We'll just go for 10 more minutes. So let us go over this past 2 weeks in video games. So, November 23rd saw the release of a new World of Warcraft expansion called Shadowlands. I do not play World of Warcraft, and I know you don't either. Every time they make a new expansion, I have the same reaction, which is both good for them and also how are you still making expansions for this game?
Yeah.
Like, good for them that it's still going. I really thought this game would be dead by now. It's crazy to me that there's still developer support and not only developer support, but they're like still making it.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's crazy. Oh, what happened to my list? I should stop spinning my phone. That's what happened. Just Dance 2021 came out on Thanksgiving.
Really?
Yeah, the 24th, right? That's Thanksgiving?
26 was Thanksgiving.
Oh, well, it came out it came out just in time for Thanksgiving. Didn't think we were getting one of those this year, but against all odds, here it is. December 1st saw the release of 2 games. One of them is Empire of Sin. So Empire of Sin is a FedEx truck. Hello. Empire of Sin is an indie game that doesn't look like it interests me. It's a tactical RPG shooter, kind of looks like XCOM maybe. And it's not my kind of game, but I'm excited that it's coming out because it's gotten a lot of attention from Nintendo. So much, in fact, that I thought it was a Switch exclusive, but it is not. It is coming out on PC and Xbox and PlayStation and everything. And that's exciting. That this, I know how hard it is to be an indie developer and make a game, and it's cool when an indie game comes out, anyways. But it's especially cool when a bigwig like, especially Nintendo, who is so strict about what they promote and what's on their console and stuff, to get this much traction from them. I don't know. It's cool. I'm happy for them. Will not be playing their game, but I'm happy for them. And also Twin Mirror came out, which is a Don't Nod game. The people who made Life is Strange and Tell Me Why. Interestingly enough, they announced Twin Mirror, and then they announced Tell Me Why, and then Tell Me Why came out, all of it, and now Twin Mirror is coming out. And I have not played it. It's not on my radar. I might play it. But it looks like a Alan Wake style, like trippy, like what do you call those games? Like, it's a action adventure, I guess, but there's like no combat. It's just like traversing a trippy like situation, basically. So there's that. Immortal Phoenix Rising came out on the 3rd of December. You and I have actually talked about this game before, believe it or not, even if you don't recognize the name of it, because when this game was announced at E3 2019, it was under the title Gods and Monsters. Do you remember seeing that trailer?
Oh, I think so.
It was intended to be an Assassin's Creed Odyssey spin-off, but they rebranded it as its own thing. It's called Immortal Phoenix Rising, and it's essentially just Breath of the Wild ripoff, but centered around Greek mythology.
Okay.
And there's 2 camps of people who've been talking about this game, because game reviewers have been like, it's fine, it's whatever, it's not Breath of the Wild, it's good though, it's a solid 7, 8 out of 10. And then Greek mythology buffs who are like, holy shit, play this game if you like Greek mythology. Look at this game.
Sounds like something Pauline would like.
That's what you said. That's what
when
you
the trailer
said when the
out?
trailer
Yeah,
dropped.
I remember.
Even though it was a cinematic trailer, you were like, that game looks like Pauline would really like it. I was like, uh-huh. And now here we are. Isn't it crazy how life works in like that? And then December 4th saw the release of Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon and the Blade of Light, which is the very first Fire Emblem game for NES. It was never released in America, and now it's on Switch. And I was hesitant to purchase it because you know Nintendo's history with re-releasing games. They literally just re-released Pikmin 3 with like 2-player and like a new mode, and they were like $60.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting here like, but I already bought it for $60 in 2013, and I was like, remake of it, because it's not a remake, it's just a re-release.
Yeah.
But it has like modern day technology like rewinding and stuff. And I was like, okay, NES game, Nintendo re-release. I would pay $20 for that. It's probably going to be $40, and it was $6.
Wow.
It was appropriately, for once, something was appropriately priced on a Nintendo console.
Wow.
So I bought that shit immediately. I haven't played it yet. I've been very busy. But it is out, and I'm excited to play it. It's the game that Marth is from.
Yeah.
America's never played the game that Marth is from.
Huh.
We got the first game we got was actually the 11th Fire Emblem game, and it starred Roy's son. It didn't even star Roy. It starred Roy's son and Lynn. You know the assist trophy where it's like a girl who wears blue and she's got a green ponytail?
Okay.
And she just sort of does one slice? That's Lynn. She's the main character of the first Fire Emblem game that we got, which was a Game Boy Advance port of the 11th Fire Emblem game.
Wow.
ridiculous. Now Fire Emblem is like a household name. Everyone knows about Fire Emblem. And it's crazy. And the new one is like almost got my game of the year for 2019. But hot diggity shit, Resident Evil 2 came out that year as well. And you all know how much I loved that game. I played it like 20 times in a week. Oh shit. Mr. Important Person over there denying calls without even looking at him.
It was
fucking
from a town I don't know anybody in.
fucking no scope and rejected calls over there. But yeah, that's what happened in the week of in the last 2 weeks in video games.
Yeah. Tune in 2 weeks when we tell you what happened the last 2 weeks.
It'll probably be a shorter list because the holiday. But we'll definitely talk about Cyberpunk, maybe, assuming it comes out.
We're also on day 2003 of not having a PS5. So.
Oh my god.
You know.
I what the fuck? I saw multiple articles of people who were like, we contacted scalpers and interviewed them. And I'm just sitting here like, after you interviewed them, did you call the police? What do you mean you interviewed them? I thought that was illegal. I thought it was actually illegal to scalp stuff like that.
I think it is.
Then why is like a fucking Verge and IGN like, we interviewed them and they have no remorse? And it's like, oh great.
Of course they don't. They're doing it.
And but yeah, first of all, this is not news to me. Second of all, why do you have access to those? If I was someone who was illegally, like, if I was someone who made an illegal bot to buy tens upon tens of PS4s, PS5s, so I could resell them for 3 times the value, I would not say yes to an interview. Maybe I would because I'm a shithead and I want the publicity. And I want people to buy my super high-priced PS5s. Sony was like, oh, the demand for PS5 was unprecedented. We're going to make more. And I was like...
You didn't think people were going to want your PS5?
That, yeah. Also, there hasn't been a new console in a while.
Yeah.
This is the next gen. I don't know why you...
If it was like another handheld or something, like not their main attraction, I get it, but this was your next gen console.
I just don't get why there's not enough. I know I don't know much about this part of the industry, but like Amiibos I get. Amiibos are toys and they were hand painted.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't that many of them and we all wanted them, right? So there was a big like, there's no more Amiibos anywhere. Some guy bought all the Rosalina ones, whatever. Why aren't there enough PS5s? I thought robots were doing that.
Yeah.
I can't have one? I know I'm repeating myself, but that's the part that's really pissing me off is that I have the money. I'm willing to pay full price for a PS5, but Sony won't give me one. And every day I get more and more sad that I can't play Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition. I just want to play it so bad. Other people are playing it. If I wait until fucking December 10th, I can play it on PS4. But what fucking quitter would do that? I want to play it on PS5. The goddamn... It's going to run awful. Devil May Cry 5, all joking aside, is going to run terrible. Devil May Cry 5 already ran terrible. And this is good. This is the, like, beefier, like, we added more shit.
Yeah.
It's going to look better and play cooler.
And smell better.
And you can smell Virgil's sweat. But I can't... I don't want to play it on PS4. I want to experience it the way it was meant to be experienced on the Sony PlayStation 5.
Xbox v X5.
I'm just... You brought it up, but now I'm upset. There's never... The PS5 is a myth. Thank you for listening to our podcast.
That might be called that.
That is a good clickbaity title, but we did talk about the PS5 last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good. I think we're good. Was there anything else? Was there anything else you had news-wise?
I don't think so.
Okay, yeah. That'll do it for us. How do we end this one? Do we say anything? I think we just end it, right? We just end it the way we always do?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, last time we talked about how we should come up with an outro, and then we never did. But, you know. Oh, did you, we never talked about this. Did you like what I used for the theme song for
I
this
did.
show?
I
Did you
did.
notice I used a different one for the outro and the intro?
I don't know if I noticed that. I'll listen to it now. I might even have some backgrounds for the podcast, so it's not exactly like the regular podcast.
Okay. But yeah, that'll do it for us. Thank you for listening to Thunder and Lightning's gaming news. And until next time, I've been Thunder.
I'm Lightning.
Stay safe, stay clean, and we'll see you next time.